Hi, this is the first episode of July. Somehow I managed to stay alive for the past, 2 weeks. So much has happened. I couldn't put my head around about how to summarize everything. And I guess I won't. I'm just gonna talk about it. And the main topic, I guess, for today is awareness. And in general, about what happens to you when you get burnout. At least what happened to me when I got burnout, or officially diagnosed with it at the end of April. Is that somehow I did, my capacity to assess what was around me in a logical, rational way. Emotionally, I became much more vulnerable to predators online, especially on dating apps. I was almost raped, for sure. I even got I had to make it a complaint for the women's department in my country, women's safety department, and to register it, the occurrence. And because of dating apps allowing you to have quick fix of dopamine and someone who you think is interested in you instead of just having sex with you. So especially for women, this is really dangerous. I want you to be aware of your emotional needs and what society these days actually allow men to do with you when you express those needs. So first of all, when you're a woman like I am, I'm 37, I'm South American, I've said that before. I am highly, highly educated. And we, as a continent, South America, is hugely embedded in socialism and for politically for many, many years, for hundreds of years. And somehow people miss that, especially foreigners. They come here, they see the women, they see us as a prey, an easy prey that can be bought with a couple of bucks, cheap restaurants, cheap food, just by showing up and being white, even though you're not even 5'11", and you make less than I do. So historically, women are seen as South American, like Asian women, and Southeast, at least, Asian women, which are also historically I think the south of the globe has historically shown that women are less financially, are more financially dependent on men to survive. And I want to assert this specifically because that's what happened to me. A man sees my profile. He says, she's brilliant, she's amazing. She's gorgeous, first of all. She's beautiful. Because I am. Fuck it. I'm not going to be modest about it. I'm 37 and I look like I'm 25. And to these girls these days, I think my body, which is 54 kilograms, it's where they get when they are 11. After that, it's just downhill. So much fast food. Anyway, they see me. They idealize me. They put me on a pedestal. because of my looks, some of my humor. Put it all together, they see, whoa, this is a catch. As soon as I open my mouth and I say something, oh, she's not expecting. I didn't see that fucking coming. She's a bomb. I'm not ready for that. Even if you're not a South American woman or a South American man listening to this, you absolutely can relate to that or see that at least. Because people just don't expect us to, in general, men don't expect a woman on a dating app to be smarter than they are, to be more career-oriented than they are, or at least on the right path, or at least assertive about what they want in life. You can tell, obviously, that I'm a straight shooter. I don't hold back. And two things happened to me. A lot of things happened to me regarding my emotional state after my period of burnout started, which was a long time ago. The diagnosis doesn't mean that the burnout process started with the diagnosis. It means that it was officially, I would say, written on a paper by a psychiatrist. That's all. It's documented. And documentation is fucking important. It's the most important thing. I've told you about this before. I'm not going there. You have to fucking have a document for everything. If you're burnout, unemployed, or employed, you have to document shit all the time. That's important. So, yes, let's go back to emotional awareness, burnout. So, guys, women and men, please be aware of your surroundings. Attention, first of all, attention doesn't mean intention. I got this from relationship coach, which I stopped following because AI came up and he's lost his job. ChatGPT makes a fucking hell of a job compared to these guys because it's based on science. They are fed, with scientific neuroscience behind relationships all the time. And those facts are, in fact, more accurate than whoever is sitting on a fucking chair doing a podcast with their wives. Shut the fuck up. Leave me the fuck alone. Stop feeding me bullshit. I choose what I want to listen to. I lose who I want to listen to. That's the first two things you gotta be to make yourself more aware of your emotional state, your mind state when you're burnout. Choose carefully what you listen to, what you watch to, what you spend your fucking time, your precious fucking time listening to, right? Get out of the feed. Get out from fucking TikTok. That's ruining your fucking mind. Your brain cells are dying by the second. Fucking stop doing that. Plus, they're collecting your data, you moron, and spying on your phone. That's real. I'm not paranoid. Not that much. Not a theory conspiracy. Fucking, I don't want to waste my time talking about it. I'm not. But the data collection is real. Be aware of that. Basically, you gotta think of these apps and dating and social media as they're making money out of your time. How dare you give your time for free so these fucking trillionaires could sit on their yachts in Saint-Tropez and you're sitting back at home rationing food and scrolling all day. How dare you? Stop it. delete it. Delete your account first and then delete the app. Leave it. If you burn out, you really don't have the energy to do it anyway. But sometimes dating apps and social media is all you have to distract your mind. And you go there because it's some sort of relief. But long term is not good enough. Find a stray cat, find a stray dog, feed them, take them home, bathe them, give your own food to him or her. Found purpose. Social media and dating apps are not purpose, not feeling fulfilling anyways. So basically, what happened to me was that I became hyper-focused. First of all, I'm always hyper-vigilant. I don't know if this happens to you. My brain is always looking for the next problem. And often, I find many. So, you can never really rest, for sure. For a few moments, your body is not able to be on a laying down state, resting state. And, your brain doesn't stop. It's just on a loop about just about anything. It can be that thing in 2004 when you were a teenager and you're embarrassed in front of your classmates. It could be something that happened yesterday. Someone at the drugstore I went last week approached me and asked me if I was shoplifting. She showed me a video of me looking at a box, and it didn't prove that I was doing anything, just that I was looking at a box. And I told her, I'm leaving. You have no authority to retain me. I didn't get anything. I don't need to do that. And I'm leaving. I grabbed my stuff and I left. So basically, it could be that. It could have been that. And yes, I became even more aware of my surroundings. People chasing me or, I don't know, watching me, because I was watched at my job, at my last job. And my boss was watching me on camera. He knew everywhere I went to and what I was doing. He was asking me. And when she did that, it triggered a hypervigilance thing. And I was like, Jesus, I really need to pay more attention to my surroundings. And what happened was I became very, very more vulnerable to, attention and curiosity. So I interpreted the dating app guy that I was talking to as a source of support, which was obviously not true, because I have met him on the day before. And honestly, we didn't know each other enough for me to do that, to put him in that position. But my brain was trying to escape the situation, the memories that kept coming. And that was my mistake, unfortunately. So I call him, he comes by, and then he invites me over to his place. I take my own fucking cat, and I go with him for the night. I spend the day over, and what happened was he was traveling to another state, which was about 10 to 15 hours from where we were. 10 to 15 hours by bus to see another woman. And I had to grab, he became really, he started to gaslight me. And he didn't want me to stay anymore over at his place. So he started leaving, like provoking me. So I would leave, and I did. Obviously, I was very, very emotional because I was scared. During of the night, he tried to have sex without my consent twice, and I became really, really easy prey to someone who was really troubled person. I would say that he was in a lot of debt, financial debt, and he was involved with shark loans, something like that. And you cannot tell this from a dating profile. You cannot predict this kind of shit. So I took the last of my money, paid for an Uber, grabbed my cat, my stuff, came back home. And then when I was able to think clearly about what had just happened, or everything that had just happened, I became extremely paranoid. I know it sounds contradictory because I just said I am not, but I'm not. I was. This was last week. So I became paranoid because I thought that, well, he's involved with some kind of laundry money. I don't know. What is he doing? Who is this person? And I Googled it. I only had 3 of his 5 names. Yes, South America have long names. I Googled the 3 names that I had. And I found out that he had 2, not only 1, but 2 ghost companies. And I Googled the addresses, and they didn't exist. So the guy was not only fucked up. Really, that's no word I would use. I can't describe that person. He's so fucking... I hate the word narcissist, but he's selfish and egocentric. I don't know what it is. I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm not going to label someone, because I fucking hate people who use mental illness regardless of what they know. They know fuck all about mental illness, and then they label a fucking moron as a psychopath. Please have some respect for psychopaths, because that's really hard. It's a really hard mental illness. And I don't mean the killer ones. I mean the ones we don't know about, and that are stuck with the worst. I have another one that I won't tell because exactly the stereotype. But I just hate that some sort of, lightly call someone psychopath. Because he doesn't even have the cognitive intelligence level of a psychopath to survive. He doesn't. He's sloppy. That's what I mean by respect. I don't want to say that all psychopaths deserve respect. That's not what I said. Anyway, he's a pathological liar. I would say that. He lies to the government. He lies to women on dating apps. He traps them. He realizes that I was an easy prey. And he goes on to see the other woman. And Men and women of the world, I'm just telling you, there are some filthy, nasty human beings walking around this earth. And this was the first time the first time that I was victim of this kind of men. And the second time was that this was in May, I think. I met a guy also on Tinder. This one was on Tinder. This guy was also on Tinder. And he said that he was a therapist. He was not. He lived in a dump shit, like the most disgusting place I've ever been to. He had quite 4 kids. And I don't know with how many baby mamas, I don't care. But honestly, I'm just telling you, your safety, your personal safety is so much more important than your physical needs at this point. Because obviously, my emotional state was taking over my rationality, my logical thinking, and my ability to assess my environment at the moment was pretty low. I didn't see them as a threat. They don't show themselves as a threat. Quite the opposite. They're quite charming. And obviously, it could be a man or a woman, doesn't matter. Doesn't fucking matter. Men and women, in my mind, and those dating apps or social media, they're so fucked up as each other. Gender doesn't really matter. You know? So men and women, pay attention to what is being shown to you. Because if it sounds to you to be true too fast, obviously there's something wrong with it. Be careful. Please be careful and take your safety seriously. Because you cannot afford... If I was to be found dead in one of these places, nobody would find me. Nobody. Despite one of them living right midtown and the other one was living in the middle of fucking nowhere. I had no idea that place even existed, and I lived in that city for 3 years. So be careful. Mind. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm not saying I'm not going to do it again. But I'm definitely going to be more careful about the signs, the people, the person. It's just, you got to test them. People say don't test too fast. Don't look for certainty. I look for certainty too fast. Now, it was a shift. It was a really fast shift from not looking for certainty. Just keep it cash. Let's do it. Let's go with it. If you say someone saying they farm aura, whatever the fuck that is, if you see someone say good vibes only, I don't know what I want, and they're over 35, I'm finding out my kind of relationship, and you're 48, and you have 4 kids, and 2 ex-wives, you're not even allowed to be on dating apps, you motherfucker. Doesn't matter if it's a woman or a man. If you are after a certain age, and you have no right whatsoever to be fucking on a dating app, first of all, pictures of yours. I'm going nuts right now because this is what I see regularly on Hinge and Tinder, is that you look for, and they say, everybody loves fucking traveling, honey. Do you actually have the money to do it on a regular basis? Or is your company paying for the motherfucking shit? So you went to Cancun with your fucking company's money, with your fucking whole office on a 2-star, 3-star hotel for 2 fucking days in 2005, and you call that I love traveling? I'm so mad right now. So angry. Because people fall for that. You have to look for consistency. I've seen profiles of men throughout their fucking life. Like they were babies. And then they were, I don't know. Or maybe I went to Puerto Rico. But I don't know, 20 years ago. And they look for specific photos of themselves in those places. Thinking, we don't know what an old camera quality image looks like. It's fucking poor, it's blurred. I can tell it was taken 2 decades, 3 decades ago. And it's really irrelevant. I want to know what to do now. I want to know if you write often, if it's your thing. Then I want to see the pictures. Consistency overlooks all the time, all the way. That's what you gotta look for if you're willing to, like I am. Although with very, very less energy dedicated to that. I gotta land a new job soon, really fast, because my bills are piling up. And I mean, if you're going to do this is what I learned over the past, 10 years, I guess. Yeah, I would say 10 years. Consistency is the key. Even mostly after 2020, when we got the fucking COVID and everybody was dating online and getting divorced, I started analyzing profiles. And the thing that gets me the most is when I see, inconsistency in information. I mean, you went to a certain school that is in the other side of the world for no good reason. And now you're back. I mean, I want to know more about that. I want to know why. Even if in your country, like mine, in South America, most countries here have absolutely great, free education. Why would you go to a private school in Australia if you're in South America? I want to know about that. Not say you didn't, just want to know more. And then the information inconsistency and then pictures inconsistency. If you see a guy or a woman who their only profile pictures are traveling, then you know nothing about them. You just know that they've been to a certain place at a certain time in their lives. And that's it. You know fuck all. You see a guy whose only pictures, or a woman, a girl, of themselves, selfies. Get away. Fuck off. You see someone who says, I have kids and I want more. Really? In this economy, you motherfucker? These are what I see men saying in their profiles, which sounds to me like, I have kids, I already fucked up a marriage or two, but I would have kids with you just so you stay with me. That's what it sounds to me. Like, it's just obvious. There is no reason why people would want any more kids in this economy right now. It doesn't make any sense. It's bullshit. I call it bullshit. Also, the non-monogamy thing. Fuck off. Are you in a fucking cult? Couples? Really? You wanna do your fucking nasty filth thing? Have you watched the new movie? Olivia Wilde something? The psychologist, somewhere, something like that. Penelope Cruz. She walks in the neighbor's house and proposed an orgy. Fucking do that. Take that as a motto in your life. If you wanna have a fucking nasty orgy with someone, and I mean it, because I'm a monogamist. I believe in a monogamous relationship only. I don't think that this polyamorous thing is for people who have any kind of reasoning running in their brains. I don't think so. And this is just society's new wave, woke people telling to me that you don't even think you deserve to be with that one shitty person that you found online. Now you gotta have two. You gotta have two of them. So you can prove whatever you want to prove. That you're cool, that you're, modern, fuck cool. I'm traditional. I was a religious person for 30 years of my life, no more. But I believe in principles and values. Call them old, I just call them principles and values. There is no such thing as called old principles and old values. Principles and values are timeless. There is no such thing as old. Fuck modern, fuck your woke shit. If you're a man, provider man. If you're a woman, independent woman, whatever. If you're not, you gotta get your shit together and become one. Do what you gotta do. Do what you gotta fucking do and become yourself, independent. It will take your soul. If it takes your soul, you got a new one. Souls are immortal. It doesn't matter. They are recyclable. Do it. Just don't get arrested or something. Or don't put yourself on a way of getting your freedom in jeopardy. Don't do that. I just know that you gotta do what I gotta do. You gotta do it because that's what it takes to be your own person these days. And it's about money. I've said that before. It is always about money. People use money as leverage, especially people from developed countries. And I would say more men than women. But women do that too. I've seen 90 Days Fiancé. Fuck, that shit is real. That shit is the most real thing you're gonna ever find. Because that's people from fucking India, somewhere in Africa, marry a fat woman, 60-year-old woman. Jesus Christ. For a green card. Boy, you gotta do what you gotta do. Doesn't mean I agree with that. I wouldn't do that. But shit. Because I have standards. And boundaries. I do. That's why men hate me. Because they can't manipulate me. They can't. I see right through the bullshit. I told you, I googled 3 names of the guy and I found out his financial life in 3 seconds. Whether I did something about it or not, you're never gonna know. But I'm telling you, protect yourself, become emotionally aware of your feelings and how they make you vulnerable to praise. So far, I've told you about that. And I've told you that you need to document everything. Did I save the kind of information from me? Yes, absolutely. Because if anything happens to me, obviously it was not in my fucking computer because I'm not stupid. I'm a computer science graduate for 12 years now. I don't accept cookies. I reject them all, except for the government websites. That's all. And also, I became aware that I'm registered in too many websites a long time ago. So I just deleted accounts that are no longer relevant in my life. Clear your fucking data. Don't just keep deleting spam emails. Report them. And I know I'm mixing the two things because for me, in my brain, they are connected. The more emotionally vulnerable you are, because of your burnout, because of your trauma, in my case, because of my CPTSD, I was parentified. I was abused. So anyway, I've talked about this before. So sometimes some things that I say may not seem, relatable, but at the same time, for me, they do. That's my experience. You don't have to relate to everything I say. You just have to listen if you want to. If you don't, get the fuck out. So the other thing is, I want to talk about is that if you're someone who is very sensitive, highly sensitive, highly intelligent, and you don't fit the physical profile of people these days, like man must be a certain height. If you're not 6 feet, 180. If you're not, for women, if you're not 120 pounds or 54 kilos like I am, or extremely fit, you must be active, you must be hiking all the fucking way. Who the fuck does that? Are you insane? Who the fuck likes fucking camping? Do I look like a woman who sits in the middle of fucking nowhere? I'm allergic to fucking ant bites. I can take a cockroach with my own bare hands. I cannot touch, but I handle frogs really well, and rats, mice. I'm not scared of wildlife. I'm scared of spending the 3 days in the hospital because a fucking black and beat me. Fuck off. Hikers, campers. These are people who are, find a way of letting out their own expression, express themselves in a way that escape city. Okay, you can do it. Go do it yourself. Don't bring me in. I'm not available for that shit. Plus, I don't think they are right in the mind. Really. So basically, I started talking to a guy. He was American. And this is not the first time this happened. One guy once wanted me to fly to Mexico to meet him after talking for a few days. When I said I wouldn't, he said something in the lines of, "You're not going to find anything better than this." And then years later, I guess, he said, he reached out and said, if I cannot add you on WhatsApp. You may have blocked me, but I don't know, why would you do that? Really? You don't? You fucking asshole? No. That's human trafficking right there. Not going anywhere. He wanted me to pack and go. That's it. He was from Texas, by the way. And the other one, I didn't get a chance to get where he was from, but he spoke fluently my language, which was weird. And because obviously 80% of Americans don't even have a passport. So once I see someone that is from North America in January say they can speak Latin language or whatever fluently, I was really surprised. And he found out that I was leftist, they say. And yeah, fuck yeah. Yeah, hell yeah. Do you want to socialize the whole fucking country? Do it. Love it. Do you want to share? Yeah, let's share. I don't have fuck all. Let's share. As long as it doesn't hurt people. It's not a dictatorship. It doesn't really matter. So politics for me is just something like having to work. It's there. It's a fact. You can't really fight it. The existence of it, obviously. You can't fight it, obviously. The system, yeah. You should. That's right. But for me, it suits me very well. And I'm not bothered by it, but he is. He was. So he said something like, you're contradictory, like 5 minutes into the conversation. And that's what I call testing. Because I know that most people, not just men, but in my case, I can only talk about men because I'm a heterosexual, so I cannot really say anything about women, about my experience with women, because I don't, about dating. And I have a really bad relationship with women because I know it sounds weird when I say that, but it's not about my looks. It's about me being different and getting male attention for my brains rather than my ass. And they hate it because they can't compete with that. How can you compete with brain, mental, emotional intelligence? You can't. If you have, you have. If you have acquired along your life, you have. If you don't, it's really hard to catch up. I'm telling you, it's possible, but it's really hard. You should do it if you don't have it. Totally for it. Go for it. Just do it. Get more self-aware. That's the whole this episode is about. Get self-aware about who you are and who you stand in the world, where you stand in the world, and then become better. Improve yourself. Because there's nothing after this shit. Nothing. Fuck all. You're gonna go back to being dirt. Which is you already are. So go back and you burn out. You're traumatized to the bones. You know what? First order, traumatize them back. Don't take bullshit. Especially if you're a woman or a man who used to be bullied, who used to be made fun of, who used to be criticized for everything, just for breathing. For my family, I'm the crazy one. Because I was always a reader. I read over 500 books by the time I was 20. And I stopped counting. And then a few years ago, I stopped reading it all altogether because my brain is fried. I cannot sit still and read 120 pages in 2 hours like I used to when I was 15. I cannot do that shit anymore. I have books that are in the plastic for the past 3 years. And I haven't had the courage to sit down and actually the energy to sit down and read them. Anyway. Jesus, this is hard. It's hard to focus sometimes, really hard. But what I wanted to say is that he said, as soon as he found out I was left thing or whatever, opposed to what he was like, well, then you shouldn't go to a certain place and you're contradictory And he said he didn't like my president. I said I hate Trump as well. And I'm not going to go there until he leaves. Because that's what he said about my country. I hate your president, and I'm not going to go there until he leaves. And I just used his own words against him. I really copied and pasted the whole message. And he said, well, you're contradictory. You shouldn't go to a certain country then. I said, I'm not basing any of my life decisions on politics. That's ridiculous. And then he said, well, you shouldn't go. I said, you don't get to tell me what to do. You don't know me. Little Brad. I called him little because I know it hurts. Sorry, guys. I know it hurts, but he didn't know me for 5 minutes. He was already bossing me around, telling me what I should and shouldn't do. Fuck off, motherfucker. You don't get the right to do that. Nobody does. Not anymore. Not ever. Not ever again. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm sharing this. Because I don't want to keep this for myself. This took me fucking years of realizing shit. And then I found this way of putting outside. I'm putting out there. Never know if anyone is going to listen to this. I refused getting updates about this podcasting. So I don't really know if anyone is listening to. I don't care. I'm just putting out there. If someone listens to it, hears them, it's fine. But at the moment, it serves me more than anyone else. It's a way of organizing what's going on with my life. Making sense, trying to make sense of all this. And growing and nurturing myself. Listening to my own voice, saying these things out loud, help me fixate them in my brain, absorb them in my brain and in my body. I highly recommend you to do it, even if you don't post it on YouTube or whatever, or Spotify. So yes, I think that the most basic thing you can do for yourself when you burn out, you traumatize, and all sorts of financial trouble is to become emotionally sort of aware. But it's not enough to be emotionally aware. You have to be emotionally savvy, and you got to prioritize your safety, your physical safety, your mental safety, your emotional safety at all costs. People call it peace. Oh, I protect my peace. Fuck. That's called safety. Mental safety. Your mental space. Give the fucking things the right name. And that's why I said when I mentioned the psychopath term, is that everybody now calls everyone psychopaths. And that's a mental illness. That is not a character flaw. That's all I meant. Nothing else. Don't put up words in my mouth. And basically, yeah, that's it. I'm tired. I gotta go and do some more interviews. Take some more interviews and then find meaning in your life. And trust me, nothing gives you more purpose in life than a cat or a dog. So my last recommendation for you is not only get a job if you're unemployed, be safe, be aware of profiles, inconsistency in profiles, fake information, old pictures, hobbies that they cannot prove they do, but also find purpose. Rescue an animal if you are able to. Don't be fucking irresponsible and take some cat with you at home and then do not give them attention or the proper treatment. Just do something. Volunteer at a rescue place. If social media is open, are public, post animals who are available to adoption. If you are available for foster caring animals, I don't recommend you fostering kids. Not at all. It's gonna ruin your fucking life. But even more, you're gonna get in deep shit. They can just go call the police and tell you rape them. They're fucking mean beings. I'm scared of children these days, especially. They all have cell phones. They can say you rape them or kidnap them, whatever. Trust me, pets are really more safe than another human being. You don't need that shit. So you can foster a pet, you can adopt a pet if you become emotionally attached to it and you actually have emotional availability to take care of another being. You can use the social media to publicize animals who are up for adoption. You can do so many things sitting from your fucking couch rather than scrolling on TikTok. We talked about this. If you are to do that shit, do it in a way that has meaning and purpose to others rather than just your fucking selfish ass. So that's it for today.